Okay, you already know this one's gonna be bad. Storm door busted out, but I just now was able to get in. So if you watched the previous video, you know that this tenant was evicted and then decided to break back into the place after the sheriff had escorted him out, after 60 days of having his time in court and yada, yada, yada. So he was less than happy.
We're going to hear a lot of chirps from the smoke alarms. I can already tell.
So I'll show you what he did. In addition to busting out the storm door and breaking into the house, he decided to take a hammer or something circular and bust holes all throughout the house in the drywall.
Looks like baseball bat.
Now, why are you going to take your frustration out on these poor drywall? I mean, this drywall did nothing but keep rain off your head for like 8 months or however long you were in this house. But that's not all, folks. More holes. More holes. So when you have a hole like that, you just can't patch it. Well, maybe you can't patch it. There's going to be a lot of patching. But he also decided to break out every single window in the house from the inside.
Burning calories.
And I mean, every window. There's 12 windows in this house.
So yeah, I'd be worried about him coming back after you've already replaced the windows. Put in new windows, he'll be back in 2 weeks and be throwing rocks through it if they haven't caught him by then.
12 windows busted from the inside out. Busted. In addition to leaving all his stuff, which I had to pay somebody to trash out. Hey, anybody want some videos? The 5 heartbeats. There's Jet Li. The price is right. Come and get it. And more holes in the kitchen. There's the kitchen. Ew. Yuck. That's where he busted in the front door. This is after the police escorted him out. Oh, another hole.
Yeah,
this
he
is
came back.
More windows busted. And more holes. And more holes. And more windows. And more holes.
That sucks.
Now go back and watch the previous video because the police aren't going to do anything about it. We're going to file a police report.
Yeah, they're not.
They're going to do nothing, and I understand why they're going to do nothing. I don't understand why they're going to do nothing because guess what? He's just going to do it to the next house.
He's going to do it to this house.
We even have a picture, which I posted on the last video, of this dude's face as he's leaving with the broken windows behind him and his stuff. But hey, life of a real estate investor. Get ready.
All right, so one of my tenants just moved out, and I know she lived rough. And so I'm going to show you some older images to how all this looked back when I first got it redone. And so, this tenant, she wasn't, the worst as far as, dealing with her. She was fine, but yeah, she definitely lived rough. And so I already knew, this was broken. This is definitely something that I already knew about because, she broke this maybe, I don't know, like a month or two ago, something like that. And she told me when I got the keys back from her, she told me the walls were messed up. I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but yeah. So see how everything looks on the inside. So yeah, so this clearly has fallen down, and then you can see how dirty all that is over there.
Got black mold.
I bought that fridge, bought that brand new. So you see how that looks. See how crazy the windowsill looks.
I wouldn't buy, for something like a cheap place like this, I wouldn't buy brand new. I would just buy used, put it in. I wouldn't expect a renter to, I think you said this was Section 8, if I remember.
And all this stuff, And so for those of you wondering, this tenant was Section 8. So I definitely have my work cut out for me, getting everything redone with this. And you can see, she told me this was left. She did tell me, she said, oh yeah, this is left. So.
Shouldn't leave a lot. I mean,
and then you can see,
compared to some places.
If I could show you a video how these kitchen cabinets looked beforehand.
Oh, God.
And then all this tile, all this was all brand new. I bought this building back in 2019, and everything, I redid everything. I actually have videos that are on my Instagram page from 4 or 5 years ago when I redid this entire apartment when I first bought the building. So apparently she didn't tell me about that. Apparently there's some water damage somewhere.
Damn.
And then somehow, I don't know how she just did this one I'm just looking at. Somehow they pulled like the cabinets like off the wall damn near. So you can see right here.
Yeah, that I don't think that would be her fault. That seems like it wasn't properly done.
So that's going to have to get fixed.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then I guess the bathroom doesn't look horrible. So that tub is going to have to get repainted or, either taken back out. The actual tub itself doesn't look that bad, but it definitely have to get repainted. And then definitely might have to get, new carpet, which is not going to be cheap. And she told me the walls, man. So like she had 3 kids. And this is the biggest thing about when you have Section 8 people who have a 3-bedroom voucher. Like if you have a 3-bedroom voucher, that means that the people are going to have to at least have 3 kids. So you're going to have an extra kid, for bedrooms you have, because the adult is going to have their own bedroom. But yeah, man, so this is the drawbacks. So look at that. Like how the hell do you do that? Like paint has peeled off the walls. Like
3 kids?
If you saw how this place looked when I first redid it, actually, I remember bringing people over here to
pull all the carpet out. It's not an apartment, so just pull all the carpet out. There's nobody that's living below, as far as I know. Pull the carpet out, LVP the whole thing.
Come see it when I first redid this apartment. And I had people like, yo, how much is rent, man? I'll move in here. Like, yo, this looks amazing. And then, like, you let people move in and, like, they do you like this. Like, I mean, like,
look at the dust on top of those fans.
You could just see, like, all the stuff that's going to have to be repaired. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen 10 times worse, and you see how big the unit is, too. Like, this was a nice unit. Like, when it was first redone, look at how much dirt is on top of the fan. Like, even, like, when I first redid the apartment, it was nice. And whenever this tenant had moved in, I want to say she moved in 2022, like, it was super nice how I still redid everything. Because I put new carpet in. I had everything repainted. I had a professional cleaning lady come through. She cleaned everything. But, yeah. Yeah, see, like I don't know how you chip all this paint. Then see stains on the carpet. I mean, that's kind of par for course. And then I don't know.
Get
looks
the
like
carpet out.
It might be poop from the cats. Yeah. So, but yeah. So, in the grand scheme of things, the main thing is gonna be painting and new carpet, which is not cheap. Because if I'm not mistaken,
I don't understand why people put carpet not only in rentals but even their own houses. They're just sponges for bacteria and bugs and dirt and grime. I don't understand why there's an Indoor Clean Air Act and there's all these other regulations regarding health and safety, but having wall-to-wall carpet is totally A-okay.
mistaken, this new carpet, when I first got it, it probably cost anywhere between, I don't know, like $1,500, something like that. Because as you can see, this is a big unit because it has a separate living room, separate dining room. Yeah. I mean, this is how dirty all the ceiling fans are. Like, it's like she never cleaned them. And like, for me personally, I'm a big proponent of ceiling fans. See that there's a crack in that window now. And mind you, so you guys know, in order for a Section 8 tenant to live in this property, I had to go through 3 inspections. I had to go through an inspection for Section 8, and I had to go through an inspection for the village that this property is in. And actually, take that back, 3 inspections, Section 8 came through twice. So, like, this unit passed inspection from 2 different agencies. So, like, it was a nice unit. But as you can tell, like, how does this happen? Like, a hole in the drywall. It's like you can come to a unit and you can tell when, like, a parent, like, didn't have control of their household. Like, they just let the kids run rampant. Like stuff like that. Like, they just, like, let the kids run rampant in the house. Like, you could tell, like, I get it. Maybe she was busy because, like, she's a single mom trying to make things work. But, yeah. It doesn't look that bad, actually. And the cool thing about this unit had its own private staircase. So, like, you could use this space for storage, like, but I had all this repainted. And then I had to, if you see here, the carpet's 2 different colors because originally it was red carpet over here too. But the tenant before this one had a dog, and the dog tore up this carpet, which is one of the reasons why I don't like letting tenants have dogs because, sometimes they don't take care of them properly.
I've talked with landlords in my area, and there's laws around denying people having pets if they say that the pet is a service animal. I'm sure some of them really are, but I can guarantee you a significant portion of them aren't.
But this is like the best looking part in the whole thing. But yeah, so you can see I got my work cut out for me.
If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that and give this video a like if you're liking it, and let's keep going.
Became a landlord and I'm shaking with the tenant from fucking hell. Mind you, it hasn't even been 2 months. I haven't even got the second month payment. I have spent so much money fixing her stupid little issues, and the amount of calls she's called me is ridiculous. I interviewed and did so many applications for this house that everyone wanted, my house, and I thought I picked the perfect tenant, but no! She is just breaking shit, and I'm paying for it, and on top of it, she's smoking in my fucking house. That is in our lease agreement. You are not allowed to smoke in my house. Didn't even know she was a smoker. And I had someone go fix the garbage disposal that she broke. And he's like, you know she's smoking in the house? So I immediately
Are these light strips? Are these like LED light strips up here?
called my realtor and was like, what the fuck can I do? I have to send her all these letter of case of action. I called her and let her know, like, I will evict you. Like, she's like, oh, well, I'm doing upgrades. I redid the lawn. I did this. I put a sprinkler. I don't care. You are downgrading my house by smoking in my house. I don't put up with that. And then I remember before we even signed the lease agreement, she's like, can I do it light gray? And I was like, yeah, as long as it's really, really light gray, you're fine. I just need to be a light color, and it has to be like a satin or something you can easily wipe off. So when I do have a cleaner come in, they can wipe off the walls. Oh yeah, no problem. Found out it's fucking blue in my house. I am just flabbergasted. Like, I'm RV living. I'm traveling around the country. Like, I thought this was going to be so much easier. Like, if there's an actual problem, like the fridge stops working, something's wrong with the plumbing, immediately you jump to action. I'm getting someone there and it's going to be fixed. But the little issues of not being able to find your fan remote, and you don't know your Wi-Fi password, and you don't know how to properly use a garbage disposal is what gets me. She thought it was okay to have a big thing of rice that she didn't like, to dump it down the garbage disposal and clog my fucking drains. And she was like, well,
This is why you just need to buy index funds so you don't have to worry about all these little things.
I've had garbage disposals my whole life. I just put all of my food down there and then I just grind it up. Are you kidding? You're ruining my piping. I just paid all this money to get a new garbage disposal now. I have to redo it. Like, you don't do that. And she was like, oh yeah, I put eggshells and I put coffee grounds down my plumbing. I put all my food down there. And I'm like, can you not do that? She's like, well, I've had it. I've had it forever. So no, I'm going to keep doing it. What the fuck, lady? And on top of that, she's like a pathological liar because her son is on the lease. So I call him and be like, hey, I hope you know what's going on. And she's like, she lies to me all the time. I cannot control her. Like, I don't know what to do. He doesn't live at the house. And I'm like, well, you gotta I gotta handle it. Do we need to go to court? Do I need to break the lease? Do we need to evict? Because if I evict her, she's going back with you. And that's gonna be a problem. And he's like, oh God, no. And I'm like, pathological liar, getting to the point, is she was like, oh, I've only lit a couple of cigarettes in the house. Like, I guarantee you it'll be finished. It'll be fine. It's fine. And then she talked to her son. The son called me because I'm like the third party. And he's like, she swore to her family's grave that she'd never smoked a cigarette. I'm like, I literally just got off the phone with her under 2 minutes ago. She just said she only smoked she smoked in the house. And he's like, well, she is a smoker. If she smokes outside, she's going to smell like smoke. And I'm like, no. Smoke outside, far away from the house. You have a huge ass yard. Wash your hands, come back in. I understand that sometimes it's lingering. Okay. I'm not going to kill you for that kind of thing. But no. How is smoking still a thing? Like, ugh. Do you know how difficult it will be to rent or sell a house when it's been smoked in? Like, no fucking way. Like, I would rather just cut it lost now. Get you the fuck out of my house. You broke your lease, so I take your security deposit, which will cover me for a little bit, and I get a new tenant, which I have a fucking line of tenants. We're in South Florida. Everyone wants to live where I'm at. And I can get someone else new in that's not going to smoke in my house, but then also, like, do I have other issues to deal with?
It's a tough one for me because 95% of the time it is going to be a problem and things aren't going to be better. But there's always that 5% chance that you say, hey, you smoke one more time, we catch you smoking in there one more time, you're out, and then she actually does change her behavior, and then there's no problems from there on out. But man, it's not 100%. It's not 100%. So I would maybe give her one more chance, and then that way, when you do eventually let her go, I'd have her sign something too, say like, this is a warning, because then when you do eventually evict her, you'll have that documentation that will help if she somehow tries to take you to court or fight it in court.
I'm back because she called me again. So I'm giving her a case of action saying, like, you need to stop smoking in the house. I have to now hire someone to come in to inspect the house because I don't live in South Florida anymore. And then if she doesn't obey by it, then I'm going to evict her. Problem is, all of my house is now blue. Do I put in the case of notice saying, hey, you need to paint the house before, or if I evict her, is the house just have to stay blue and then I gotta paint it fucking white again so I can rent it out? Like, she just caused a clusterfuck and I have to figure out this quickly and I have to go get it notarized and then send it to her. She also last month, I forgot about this, lost her fucking keys to the house and I had to make copies and send it to her.
Oh, God.
And I'm getting complaints from the neighbors because her dog, even though I just put up a brand new 8-foot security fence, 8 foot, beautiful white, the hard, not wood, but whatever fence. And the dog is digging holes in my yard and going underneath the fence and getting into the neighbor's yard. This is probably why she redid the yard, because her dog fucking destroyed it. And she realized, like, oh, fuck. There's just like a list of issues, and I just feel like I need to cut my loss. But then I also feel bad, but I feel like she's going to cost me more money. Like, she already ruined the piping, and now I have to pay someone else to fix the piping. I already fixed the garbage disposal today. The piping as well, because it's clogged with rice, and now she did something, I can't remember the wording, but she ruined the pipes. Like, do I have to pay for that? Or, like, does she... Like, I don't know. This is, like, so new, and I'm having so many issues.
Clean my kid's room with me while I tell y'all why I am getting evicted.
Out of our apartment. Let me tell y'all why while I clean up their room. If you've been following me for a while, then you notice
Oh, man.
the apartment that we moved in back in 2022 when I moved to Georgia with only $20.
I am shocked those blinds are in that good a condition and that clean, based on how messy the room is.
In a food stamp card. Since moving into this apartment, the management has changed 3 times and I have renewed my lease twice. First time I renewed my lease was back in October of 2023. At that time, I was really fed up with living in Georgia, but I didn't plan accordingly, so I renewed my lease for only 6 months while I figure out a plan. With going from a 12-month lease to a 6-month lease, my rent went from $12.50 a month to $14.
Why aren't these kids helping out clean this place? I mean, these don't look like little, I guess I should make them help anyways.
65, which was okay with me. I was completely fine with that. I just felt like they gave me an additional 6 months to figure out a plan. Okay, fast forward to April 2024. My 6-month lease was coming to an end. I had just went through a breakup, so I really wasn't pressed about moving no more. I went to the office and spoke to them about renewing my lease yet once again, but this time I wanted to go back to a full year. Y'all, why these people told me that my rate would remain at $14.65 even if I renewed for a year? So something didn't seem right to me, only because the reason they told me I was paying the extra money each month was because I was on a short-term lease. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm running out of time, but y'all gonna have to come back for part 2.
Thing is it costs money to transition people out. You have to pay somebody to come in and clean the carpets and ready it, and it takes time, and you have to do paperwork, background checks. You're really just incentivizing someone to do a long-term lease.
I just evicted. This is how they left my property. They ripped off my cabinets. They took out the sink. They demoed everything, put everything in the living room, and look.
Nah, no way. Pulling out this iron tub, there's no way, and the sink and putting in here. This is a renovation. This guy's full of shit.
I finally found where my kitchen sink's at. They left all that junky furniture here. Now
that furniture could be listed for free on Facebook.
I had to get rid of this. They took a sledgehammer and look what they did to my bathroom.
Oh my god, who's believing this? Oh my god. There's no way these comments believe this. I hope those tenants have a wonderful day. Security deposit or lawsuit. I was evicted once. Send them the bill. Send them the bill for what? Evicting or for doing a renovation? They won't even pay it. Yeah, God damn. He's redoing the bathroom. They pulled out all the tile off the wall.
But they were kind enough to leave me the toilet so I could have some deep thoughts. And in case you were wondering what the second bathroom looked like,
This is so dumb.
yeah. They did leave this room a little bit better condition. They left some furniture here, but the floorboards are messed up. I guess I need a new AC. Do you think I should take that security deposit? Comment below. I just
What a piece
evicted
of
my
crap.
tenants, and this is
My name's Jake. If you haven't already liked the video, please go ahead and give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.